I'm going to start my oral participations in my activities as my teacher given it to me, to us as a student. So let us start. I start the building applications. These are going to be a cold blood data. It says create a class name blood data that includes fields that hold a blood type. The four blood types are type 0, type A, type O, type A, type B, and type EB. And RH factor. The factors are positive and negative. Type 0 and positive, and also this, in other words, without passing any parameters to its going or these objects. So constructor that requires values for both fields. So include and set methods for each field and save this file as blood data Java, which is given problem. So I continued have constructor that requires for both fields include setting and set for each, and then save that as blood data that have all rights. As I am gonna come over to the Eclipse, and I am gonna click the source folder of class file, and also I gonna call blood data. This is gonna main method, or no, this just class file. It is second, it's just a class file. So again, I will do that. So I can gonna create inside here like little space for myself. Public default constructor that is going to use the same name as the class. That's why I become a it's become constructor, and it's gonna have empty para parentheses, using the parentheses and curlys, and then we're just gonna do this very simple things. They can do this also to different ways. I gonna demonstrate both the which is the one I probably learn towards. I will do this though and type equals the intuitively that what will do, and to set blood type and negative 0 and RH factor to plus in this work just fine, and I never put a little notes here to myself. And contractor now they want us to do the sum set for everything, and same set for everything. I remember how I can do that. And Eclipse, I can click source, generate getters and setters. And now I am gonna ahead and click it, just so now technically, do I need to put this into a syntax? Does work for, and I find something like that. RH factor, it's additional component here. Class name fusion that include the ID number, age, and blood data. So I separate class plant. Let's going to demonstrate later, and I go ahead create test blood data so I can see if ever the things stay back up to the source folder, and I click new class test data and executable component for it. And how would I go about back to blood data? I do part, so I basically take public one data, and now it's doing to accept both parameters, so I do strings and type and string for our it's, and then all those going to do is the same thing. We're going here type, then I can just do copy paste, and what all actually things demonstrations with what concept of this is I do default constructor and preset to values the automatic getting set and through it, and instead of saying blood type equals, it's using the though calling the method and below, and change automatically for the blood type equals when I automatically generated the sessions to get the change strings here. And now would I get the default constructor to operate to blood data declared data up here. So we we don't give it a value, but basically use the default contractor here to populate it, and plus of I say blood data, and become so blood type and RH factor to new instances and efficient compiled it just to make sure, and I compile it just file test type test and run it and translate quick, and look will need automatically I compile it just for test and run it, and quick look will need to automatically pick up the same automatically cleared just for the and compile the two. It's one of the we had other twink output and efficient ID number fusion 0, it's 0 uh, type 0, and negative positive, that's default values 2 in each one of the values, and type 0 negative positive, that's default values 2 in each one of the values output and output. So this is the output and input of that what I have doing. Thank you, Miss.